This video will cover the various different pie and funnel type visualizations that exist within Insight Plus. To begin, we will create a new card, visualization, existing data, and select a data set that we wish to base this pie chart around. In this case, I will use assignment allocations and come into the analyzer screen. Again, the analyzer being the workspace for creating and editing cards. We can see along the right under chart types the popular types for pie, donut, even a handful of others. But if we want a more focused perspective of the pie chart, funnel chart sort of visualization, we can come down into the drop down and select pie and funnel. We see a number of different options available. First and foremost, let's just select a basic pie. And we have a number of different chart properties to the left, components of the visualization, what we're incorporating into it. And as always, like I like to do within my new cards, I'll get rid of the summary number for the time being. And in this case, I might even get rid of this legend along the right, the hover legend. As I said in the last video, we can see all of the various different types of properties that exist specific to the type of chart we've selected. So we can get hover legend disabled if we don't like it in our visualization. Right now, we're just showing some pre-populated attributes, so I'll clear those out. Rename it to something meaningful, like planned hours per roll. And then I can just drag my associated values in. So if I do planned work hour, bring allocation plan work hour, and it automatically aggregates it to a sum. If for whatever reason you needed to do it as an average or a max per your series, you can do that instead. But for now, I'm just going to choose roll. And what we can see populated is a pie chart per different type of roll with the the planned hours broken down by roll. We see this blank pie value here. Maybe we don't want to represent that. We can filter it out. We can also change the colors. We can change the way that the labels appear, and we can even include data labels for the numbers to appear on the pie chart itself. Let's start by filtering out this superfluous blank value. I don't care about resources who don't have a role assigned. So we can drag it straight from the pie name into the filters or from the actual attributes on the left. And I can click the blank value and say not in and apply. I can also change the data labels. So for example, if I want the value of the pie section to appear, I can click the plus within the text and say value. What this does is it takes the corresponding measures and dimensions along the top and populates them in based upon this encoding. So we could even do percent of total as well. This is 15% of the total pie value, etc. We can also do some basic text editing if we wish this to appear maybe a little bit nicer. Like so. I'll get rid of that for now. Lastly, let's say we want our own colors to be applied here, something that maybe is a little bit more meaningful to us, especially if they are, say, for example, a civil engineer. Let's select you. And we always want them to appear as maybe a dark red color, for example, and we can apply it, and civil engineer always appears as this dark red color. There are a number of different chart properties that we could also play around with. For example, if we want to only display the top 5 slices, we could enter, we only want 5 slices before everything else is bunched into other, quote unquote. We could change the border color and thickness of the pie chart itself to be maybe a little bit more visually appealing. We can also adjust it to be a different size. Let's make it look distinct. And I'll get rid of this color rule. We can format the values to be currency or number if we have a specific type of representation that we want to show. And we have a couple of different options as well. For example, the legend, we can get rid of it entirely if we just want the pi value as an example. And I can save this down. There are a handful of other types of pi and funnel type charts that exist. Let me reset the chart properties with this button at the bottom. And let's sort this descending by sun. And what you can see is that this is smaller and smaller the further you go around the radial. Let's change to a donut chart. And you can see conventionally a donut chart appears with very similar visualization styles and very similar properties. We can do a lot of the same things that we could do before. We can, in this case, add hover text such that when we highlight this, a value appears. We can even click always show. There are a number of different chart properties that exist. Some of the other funnel type visualizations, pi and funnel, in the sense that we're showing these as visual representations of the whole picture. So all of these different roles and their associated allocations. We can do a tree map. We can do a funnel. And let's change this to descending. So we can see that all of our values get smaller and smaller. And here we can do the same thing where we apply data labels. Folded funnel. There's plenty of various different options. But that covers the pi and funnel visualization tutorial. These are good dashboard, quick glance visualizations that can quickly demonstrate for you the broad scale of where things are at in a general grouping, in this case, role. But thank you very much, and I hope you continue to enjoy these Insight Plus videos.